Welcome back to another episode of the Corner Podcast. I'm your host, Jethro Siu. And today, which is a very, 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 very special episode. Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year. I hope 2020 is the year for you. If it's not, then we try to make it better for 2021. Anyways, without wasting any time, I would like to introduce one of my guests. He is a very, very, very talented guy. He do a lot of short skits. He does many years in YouTube, and you may see him in the Mean Things channel, one of the video. If you saw him on YouTube, you may know him. Please welcome my good friend Shaun Yoong in the house.
Hi, hey. Well, I thought you said my girlfriend.
No, I didn't say your girlfriend.
Her girlfriend. But all right, yep. Hi everyone. This Jet's one of my good friends over here, and I'm really excited. Well, actually, once I heard that you launched the podcast, I was actually pretty excited to see like how the set looks like, and I can't believe like I'm sitting right over here seeing the set. Like, oh my god! And yeah, thanks for having me, Jet.
Thanks for coming. My goodness, thanks for the time actually.
You're welcome. No problem.
All right, so to start off with every episode, if you guys listen for the first two, or you are the new listener here, we always have a segment called "What's Your Favorite?" Now, what's your favorite? Basically, we will ask our guest and what his favorite blank. So, for example, what's your favorite brand of clothing? Then you have to tell me why and the brand and why you like the brand so much. So, to kickstart, I always ask this every single guest. So, as a Malaysian, what's your favorite Malaysian food?
My favorite Malaysian food. Wow. Okay. There's like so many to choose from. I think if I were to choose one, and fun fact, I can't eat spicy food, so I think that takes a lot of food out of the list in the scope of Malaysian food. So I think I would go for roti canai. No, roti telur. Roti telur is better. Roti telur is better. I want egg over there.
Why?
Nasi lemak will be my second place. Usually I go for, if the sambal is a little bit sweet, then it will be better for me, because if it's spicy, I can't eat the whole thing. So nasi lemak second place, roti telur first place.
Roti telur first place. Why would be roti telur?
Well, I think it's kind of like an experience growing up, because I eat a lot I go to the mama a lot with my parents. So
okay.
Usually for supper, my dad will bring my brother and I to the mama. There's a lot of mamas here in where we live. So I think it's kind of like a tradition. So, and over time, it just grew into me, and I just really love the comforting feel of eating roti canai or roti telur. And yeah, I think it's very simple. The simplicity of the dish and the comfort you get at the end, it's unbeatable.
It's unbeatable.
Yeah, and just slap some dal, I think. Yeah.
Fun fact, I just had roti pisang this morning,
Oh,
but not
no
roti
way.
telur.
No way.
True. I just had mama with my family
Is
this
that
morning.
your favorite Malaysian dish?
No. Okay, I just want to tell it out to the audience here, since I haven't get to answer this question. My favorite Malaysian food is gonna be chili ban mee.
Chili ban mee. Oh.
I'm not a big favor of chili, also same as Shaun, but I try to put some of the chili, so I'm still Malaysian, kind of. But you know why chili ban mee is because that first you have the texture and the saltiness from the anchovies. You have the tender soft noodle.
The tender soft noodle. Nice.
Quite
Okay.
springy in a way.
Nice.
And then a little bit of heat chili, and you have to get the pork lard. I'm sorry, it's not halal, but you have to get the pork lard. It actually brings up the flavor, and it brings up the whole, I would say, a whole new level for chili ban mee. So yeah, that will be my favorite Malaysian food.
That's a nice choice. Chili ban mee. Wow.
Do you have you eaten chili ban mee before?
I like ban mee. I do put a little bit of chili. Like, okay, whenever I eat ban mee, I do put a little bit of chili, but not not that crazy lah. I don't like flood the whole thing with chili. So I prefer like the usual banh mi, just the regular one. Okay, add an egg over there, anchovies, and just a little bit of chili. That's my go-to lah for banh mi.
Why not you go to the hawker center or to the banh mi shop? You go there to ask, hey, can I take chili banh mi but without chili?
That's like asking for, can I get nasi lemak without sambal, or can I get ayam suam with ice?
True. True. Quite true. So you think it's weird lah to ask them to take out the chili?
Yeah, it's like they will look at me lah and say like, why don't you get the normal banh mi? Like
True. Alright, so to the next question.
Okay.
Alright, since you are in the YouTube industry for a very long while.
Industry, that's a big word.
So what's your favorite Malaysia YouTube channel?
My favorite Malaysian YouTube channel. Again, it's a tough question because being a Malaysian, I think there is a lot of good Malaysian creators out there.
True.
So whether it's short films or they do comedy, which a lot of Malaysian YouTubers do very well, I really enjoy a wide scope of Malaysian content. If I were to choose, can I choose a few rather than one?
Sure.
Okay, I watch a lot of Genie Boy short films. I watch a lot of the Main Things content, their podcasts, the short films, their comedy skits. Yeah, those two I would say are gonna be in my top two Malaysian YouTubers with no specific order. So they are equal. They are on a level playing field. I would say. Dan Koo is also an honorable mention.
Yes.
Dan Koo actually recently started, I think, a cooking channel.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to actually have some diversity over there. So it's quite interesting to see how it goes over there. I also like to see some Chinese YouTubers. Lim Big Yong.
He's one of the OG
classics. And Shaun Yoong. I really love his Chinese New Year MVs. Yep. So those are the Malaysian YouTubers, the classic Malaysian YouTubers that I've subscribed to, and I really look up to them.
Alright. Cool. Alright. Now for the last question. What is your favorite piece of tech?
Favorite piece of tech? Well, okay. Currently, my favorite piece of tech is, I have to say, my Xiaomi wireless earbuds.
Okay.
Because it's not to say that they are the best earbuds in the world. It's just that I just love that they are very compact and they're very convenient. They have like a chargeable case. It's like the broke version of AirPods. Okay. I don't use them to edit anything. It's it's something that I use very often, and I chose them because I can't live without them.
Okay.
So I use them to listen to podcasts, listen to music. If I'm editing, I would just go for my headphones. But if it's my favorite piece of tech and it's a piece of tech that I use the most, it would be my Xiaomi earbuds, and second place would be my phone.
Have to. It's gonna have to be your phone. Shout out Xiaomi if you are looking, if you want to sponsor Shaun, he's your ambassador, brand ambassador for Xiaomi.
If anyone from Xiaomi is watching this, consider sponsoring this podcast first.
Sure, feel free to sponsor this podcast or Shaun's YouTube channel. It's
hopefully we get to see a new set soon.
Not only Xiaomi, if you are in any type of brand, we are open for sponsorship. Alright, so that's the end of what's your favorite segment. Alright,
Nice.
So today why Shaun is here is because that, as I know Shaun, he's been on YouTube for a very, very long time. And I've been watching his video. I think it's 2015. If I'm not mistaken, the title is 15 Things You Should Do Before the Age of 15. If I'm not mistaken, yes, that's the video. That's actually my first video.
Actually, I can't remember whether it's titled 15 Things to Do Before You Turn 15 or 10 Things to Do. But yeah, it's basically a video that I basically I'm not even that proud of that video because the funny thing is, I didn't come up with the list. It was just me, 15-year-old me, Googling things to do before you turn 15 because I was about to turn 15.
Yeah.
So I just Googled a list of things that people ought to have done in their lives when they turn 15, and hey, why not I just take these points, share them in a video and turn it into a video. So technically it's plagiarism. So it's not those points are not mine. It's from a website. I can't even remember what website, but it's linked in the description. So that's why I don't think I should be proud of what I've done over there, but it's oddly enough it got a lot of views. I think
there's a lot of views.
Thousand, I think. I know, like for some of you watching, you may think that that's very little views, but for us small creators, that's a lot of views.
That's a lot of views. As a starter, right? As a starter, 1,000 views for us is a deal, man.
Yeah.
It's like, my gosh, finally 1,000 views.
Yes.
Or even 1,000 subscribers, or even you reach to 100. For us as a starter, it's like, gosh, that's a deal. Let's celebrate something.
Yeah, the sweet 100, right? The
sweet 100, yeah.
100 subscribers. That's all we want whenever we start like a YouTube channel, because it's really encouraging to see your numbers go from 2 digits to 3 digits.
True.
And then you move on from there, 3 digits to 4 digits. I think it's what keeps us going. And
true.
Yeah, I definitely feel you.
All right. So as I say, Shaun here is basically who wants. I actually wanted to invite him for a very, very, very long time. I know it's only been like 3 episodes till today, but even right before the podcast, we actually collab in a video.
Oh yeah. Did you guys? I don't know if your viewers watched the video or not, but Jet, do you want to tell them what video it is, or do you want to?
My gosh, okay, so back then, when I was, I don't know, 3 years back.
Yeah.
3 years back, if I'm not mistaken. 4 years. I even unlisted the video, by the way. But back then, I just started my YouTube channel, and I wanted to try something new. So because we actually collab in a video for a short film for Shaun, which is My Friend is a Ghost, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the title.
That's the title. So that time I get to know more about Shaun, and then say, hey Shaun, why not we should collab one video? Then I come up with, that time is it's a hit where we do where YouTubers try to do a Korean spicy noodle challenge.
Yep.
And then I never tried that before, and Shaun hates spicy food, so I wanted to take that chance. No, just kidding. But so we back then we do a video called Korean spicy noodle challenge, and spoilers, Shaun won.
Well, you got to spoil it right here, man. No.
Shaun won, and I lost the challenge. So so that's one of the collab video that we've done. And then Shaun, do you want to talk about what we have collab on your channel?
Sure. I mean, before that, even though I won, I don't think it's I don't know whether it's worth it to win or not, because I had a bad stomach reflux after eating spicy food. Us non-spicy eaters,
yes.
Right? Oh man, that was. I don't know what went in my mind during that day, but it was a fun challenge. I couldn't have done it without anyone else, And like Jet said, right, the both of us have done something on my channel, and he mentioned it just now. It's called My Friend is a Ghost, and actually Hong Sen was in that video too.
Yeah, our producer at the back, which is Hong Sen.
Yeah.
If you now recognize the last two episodes, Hong Sen, he's one of the actors in that video.
Yeah, and along with a few other of our friends like Jia Hong and Terrence. Just us boys shooting a Halloween video. It was for Halloween, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep. And Jet was the ghost.
Well, do you want to spoil it now?
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So if you want to find out what happened, it is kind of cringy like now that we think back,
very cringy.
After a few years, when we look back into our videos, that's how we feel. But it's just fun to see what our younger selves have created. So if you want to watch it, maybe Jack can link the video down in the description if any of you want to watch it for some reason.
I tried to find it back. I think it's still there.
Yeah, it is. It
Oh, it
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Alright, so
It
I think
is.
I do copy the. I put the link right down on the description, so you may, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you guys may check it out after the podcast.
Yep.
Or maybe you pause this video, then you go check it out. Alright, so as always, for the Corner Podcast, we are going to where I find friends or guests to share their life experiences, and today where Shaun is going to share how does he started YouTube till and he continue it till today. So Shaun, take it away.
All right. How did I start YouTube? Well, this is kind of a long. I wouldn't say it's a long story. Even though you said that, okay, I've been doing YouTube for 6, 7-ish years. My channel started in late December 2014. That was my first vlog, and I think my first vlog was called a trip to the vet. It was just me taking my dog to the vet.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like pretty boring stuff, but we have to start somewhere.
Yes. We have to
So
start.
that was my first video. I still remember it till today, and right now, yeah, counting the days, months. I've been doing it for 6 years right now,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think how I started YouTube was I started with a friend of mine, actually a good friend of mine, really close friend of mine called Bong. You might have heard of him, SJ Bong. And we started a channel called SNS Productions because I'm Shaun, he's SJ, so SNS Productions.
Mhm.
And yeah, over there we just made pretty crazy stuff, like pretty silly stuff, just 13-year-olds making YouTube videos. So you guys can already imagine how the videos are gonna be like. Just stupid skits, things that we 13-year-olds just found funny, and we even made a video of I think Bong getting his hand stuck in the Pringles can. So that was pretty a while back ago. And looking back, yeah, definitely pretty cringy stuff. But hey, I won't be the judge of it. So you guys be the judge of it, and if you so happen find that video, just it's gonna be very different from the content that I make now, but just gonna put it out there. So that is how I started YouTube. It was with a friend of mine, and I think everything just started blossoming from there because after making videos with him for a year or so, then I started to realize, oh, this is fun. And of course I gotten some inspiration from other YouTubers as well. Let's not forget about that. Like apart from local creators that inspire me, I think the both of us also get our inspiration from some international creators.
Yes, true.
I think the OG ones like Smosh.
Yes, Smosh.
Smosh, what do you watch?
Good Mythical Morning. That's
Mythical
a good
Morning.
channel.
Yes,
That's
they
a
are
good
still
channel.
active until today. I
Yes.
still watch them actually.
Oh wow.
And yeah, like those Wow Banana.
Yeah, one banana. Also one of them.
Yep, they are our neighbors.
Yeah, Singapore.
So yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from other creators as well. So that I think that's been a big part. I think if it wasn't for YouTube, if it wasn't for me watching other people's content, I think I wouldn't have started a YouTube channel, because then I wouldn't realize like how fun and how inspiring it would be to make content, because I wouldn't have realized that, oh, as long as you have a camera or as long as you have a phone, you can actually make stuff at the comfort of your own home, or you can do it all in your room. So you don't need much to start a YouTube channel. Technically it's free, so if you don't count the Wi-Fi and all, so technically it's free. And it just all started from there. I just created my own channel, basically just my own Google account, and then I just uploaded some vlogs over there, and things just start rolling from there. Like currently I do very different stuff from things that I've done back in the days, because now I'm doing comedy skits. I still do vlogs. My vlogs are very different right now, so I'm still improving. I won't say I'm a big YouTuber. I'm still a beginner at this. So I would just say, if you are a small creator like the both of us, just keep the ball rolling and go with the flow.
Yes, true. Just go with the flow. I mean, for me personally, okay, so I think this session will be interviewer is a tool communication now. So right now I should Can I share how I started YouTube, stuff like that?
Hey, this is your podcast, man. Like,
I mean, because the main focus is on Shaun, so that's why. Okay, so how I started YouTube basically is, I think it's almost the same as how you get inspiration from. So, for example, I get inspiration from Good Mystical Morning, Smosh, or even like some of One Banana, Jian Hao, local content creators will be JTV, Genie Boy TV, The Ming Thing, Dan Cool, and then the OG Chinese YouTuber will be Lin Biyong.
Yep.
Those are the OGs. But how I started is actually some of the inspiration is actually from Shaun. So when Shaun actually started YouTube channel, I was like, since Shaun can do it, why not I can do it? So
That's true.
At that point, I was a little bit scared to record myself. To be honest, back then it's very, very weird to look at the camera and then talk to stuff you are talking to yourself. Then when you upload it, you're just gonna upload, and then after that, I did some vlogs, I did some challenge with Shaun. And then back then, to be honest, my camera, I was using my dad's camera. It wasn't that the resolution, the quality wasn't that great. But as a starter, I would say it's not about the quality or the resolution, stuff like that. It's about what are you going to share to the world, what are you going to share to your audience, and stuff like that. And then I actually stopped a while because I was focusing on my studies, on my college, my studies, all those kind of stuff, and then I stopped for a while. And then till today, I'm just gonna upload podcasts, while people might say podcasts might be overrated, but for me personally, I like to talk a lot. So for close friends, if you guys know that I actually talk a lot, and I'm I'm a little bit busybody. No, just kidding. But I really wanted to talk to people, who actually share their life experiences, and to share maybe some of the viewers or even the audience or the listeners where they're able to learn stuff from this kind of podcast. So that's why I started a podcast, or even I started a YouTube channel. So
I definitely agree with that, like what you said just now. Like when you said that you wanted to start a YouTube channel, and then you were afraid of talking to the camera, looking at the camera, and uploading your first video. I think a lot of the viewers or listeners who are like tuning into this podcast right now can relate. But I think if I'm able to give you some advice, is I think no matter who you are or how experienced you are, if you upload a video today or anything, whether it's an audio form content or video form content, if you upload it today, 2 years later down the road, and you watch it again, it's definitely you're definitely going to feel you're gonna feel differently about it, and it will be cringy. So no matter how good you start, you are going to produce better stuff in the future.
True.
So I would say, even if you say that, I won't talk good, I don't look good, I don't know how to talk to my audience, I don't know anything, I would say just start, because all of us have to start somewhere, right?
Yes,
yeah.
True.
Nobody starts from unless like you're filthy rich or you're like damn lucky. Okay, nobody can start successfully. So
true.
It's a learning curve.
Yeah. True. And also another advice that if you don't have a very good camera, you don't have to just start with a phone.
Yeah.
Phone nowadays are very good. It's a good device for everyone who creators out there. Even sometimes if you saw on TikToks or some of the YouTube where they took pictures and even they take videos from their phone.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
For small creators out there, if you don't have the budget to buy a camera, don't worry. Start with your phone. Your phone is actually all-in-one device where you have a camera, where you have a microphone. It's all-in-one. And then maybe if you don't have editing software, maybe you can edit it in your phone, because nowadays, I think that nowadays phone have editing apps, video editing, for example, as Premiere Rush. But that would be, I would say, need some need some time to get used to it, the editing software. So yeah, for small creators out there, you have no excuse to where to start. I mean, to be honest, you have no excuse to start.
Yes.
No excuse. You can start right now with your phone. A lot of people come up to me and say, "Hey, Jet, how do you start? Like, do you have the budget to buy the camera? Do you have the equipment to record any videos?" No. Back then, as I said just now, I just use my dad's camera, which is a view cam actually, which is a 720p. It's not that great the resolution, but it get the jobs done.
Yes.
Which is you just shoot, and then you just hit the record button, and then you just start your video. I mean, I think that's how we started. You started with not a great camera, I think.
Yes, my first camera, and it's also the camera that we started in SNS Productions.
Oh, okay.
It is a Canon EOS M. I still remember it to this day. I think it's a point and shoot camera.
Okay.
So it's a very compact one. It's not a DSLR. It's just meant for people who want to just take out their camera very quickly and snap a picture in 2 seconds. So it's just a point and shoot camera, and we used it for I think almost 80% of our videos. And
wow.
Yeah, and right now I still use that camera for some types of scenes.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
what's the resolution?
The resolution is, I think, 1920 times 1080.
Wow.
So it's HD, but of course, if you compare it to the camera that I use today, which is a Sony A7, the first gen lah. And don't get me wrong, that's also my dad's camera. So yeah,
okay.
That's also my dad's camera. So
okay.
I think we all start with our dad's camera, to be honest.
True.
So all Malaysian creators start with their dad's camera. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, what I mean is that we have to start somewhere, right? So
Yes.
And like you said, I really agree with the fact that Jet said you can start anything, creating any type of content with your phone, because back in the days, we all thought that in order to do YouTube, you need to have a camera.
You need a good camera.
Oh yeah, you need to have a good camera, not just a camera. You need to have a good camera. But that's just a myth, and I think it's not about the camera quality. I think what's more important than your video quality is actually your personality and the type of content. Yes, the type of content that you create. And actually, if you really compare the factors, right, I think audio and lighting is more important than the resolution.
True.
Yeah,
true.
You can get free lighting just by recording your videos outside just in front of a window. So that's pretty good lighting already. And audio, if you're recording on your phone, actually you don't really need a mic technically, unless you're like recording in a very crowded place. So
Yes.
I mean, I don't expect you guys to like record in a convention and not use a mic. So if you're just recording at home, your phone can work. So, and it actually can pick up pretty crisp audio. And in fact, I do use my phone's voice recording app as a mic replacement sometimes in my videos. So it does the job pretty well. Yeah, I will say. So if you want to start a YouTube channel or just start creating content on TikTok, just go for it. There's, like Jen said, there's no excuse.
No excuse.
Yeah.
Legit no excuse. So do it. Just do it. Alright, so how should I phrase this? Hold on. So as for me personally, that a lot of I think to be honest, if you are in Malaysia and you are in this YouTube or in the creative industry, that parents sometimes they are kind of disagree what we are going to. So for me personally, my parents because hold on. So because back then when I studied in college, I already know what I'm trying to what to go for, and then my parents actually do agree, and till today they agree on what I'm doing today. So that's a good thing. But how about you, Shaun? How about back then when you started videos? Do your parents like, boy, don't do videos lah, don't do videos. Videos waste time one. Where got earn money one? So how about you? Like back let's talk about back in the days. Don't talk about now, because now you're kind of very, very successful now.
I wouldn't put it that way.
So how about back then? Were your parents like trying to disagree with you? Like they don't let you do?
Alright, so where do I start? I think when I started YouTube, which is my amateur days in 2014, 2013, I would say I didn't get that much attention from parents. I would say they were pretty supportive. Like my dad actually like does watch my videos, and he will say, oh, like when are you gonna upload your video today, or like he does like watch and like shares my videos. So I would say in my case, my parents do support me. My mom supports me. My dad supports me to this day. So the fact that he lets me use his camera actually does show that he supports me. And the same goes to you. If your parents actually let you use their equipment for your YouTube or any type of content creation, it actually does show that they support you. So I think that's one way to put it. If they don't support you, they wouldn't let you touch that stuff, to be honest. So
Sure.
I am very grateful that there's parents out there that actually like support their children and let them use their camera for their own content creation. So I am grateful for my parents and grateful for your parents that your dad actually lent you his camera, right?
Yeah.
That's actually that's a good thing. So, and the fact I think parents wise, they support me, but I think there actually came a time where I think when I graduated from high school, because in high school I was actually from science stream. So right? I think, and Jen is from science stream too.
No, I'm not. I'm in account.
You're in accounts.
Yes.
Accounts. So you're in accounts. Hong Shen, are you from? Hong Shen's from science stream. Okay.
Hong Shen, we actually talked in the first episode. He's in. Is it first episode? I think it's even my own podcast I also forgot already. He points out one. Okay, yeah, I think it's in the first episode. He's in sub science, by the way.
Sub science. Yeah, one sub science. You're from accounts. Accounts. So I'm from.
You're from pure science, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm from pure science. So I'm from a Chinese private school. I did pure science, and don't get me wrong. Hey, don't get me wrong. I mean, accounts is hard too. So I'm not gonna say anything about accounts or science stream. I'm not gonna say which one is better because, to be fair, it's your choice.
Yes.
No one of them is better. Okay, it's just purely your interest. But why it's kind of conflicting is because I really did had an interest for science until today. Actually, I am interested about science.
Okay.
So I love reading about science. A lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but I love maths. Okay, so this is my last time on the podcast already.
No.
I love physics. I love maths, but so I actually did. So that the fact that I love maths and I love physics made me really, really consider my career path and my passion, because my career path was undecided at that point. I wanted to choose my major in my university major. So I actually wanted to pick a science subject because in my mindset, I think all of us are kind of like have this thought that if you go to science stream, you have to pick a science related module or a related degree. So you do biotech, become a doctor. But so that was kind of like the mindset I had. But then I kind of like doubted myself because I was already doing YouTube at that point.
Yes.
So I think it was like my third or fourth year in YouTube. So then I kind of thought to myself, if I do, I actually wanted to do engineering. So mechanical engineering. I wanted to do mechanical engineering. I almost wanted to endorse my life into that. So, but I after doing some thinking, right, I thought to myself, is this the work life that I really want to pursue, in my life?
Yeah.
Because studying science is one thing, being interested in science is one thing, but sacrificing your life, putting your whole life into that work environment, I'm gonna ask myself, do I really want to work in a lab? Do I really want to do research, scientific research for my entire life? Do I really want to be working in a hospital or something like that, And my answer to those questions, right, was no. I don't really think that work environment or work life suits me, because what I really enjoy doing is creating content and inspiring people along the way. I think that's the most important thing. So
Cool.
I think as if I put work into consideration, work and life actually, because work-life balance, right? So if I put my work and life into consideration, I would be happier if I chose this path, which is the creative path. So that's how I got to that decision now. So I think parents wasn't that big of an issue, but choosing which degree I wanted to pursue was an issue for me. It actually took months for me to decide, and it was really conflicting because I considered mechanical engineering, and it's gonna sound very weird, but I also considered culinary because I like cooking. Yeah, but that I only considered that for like a few hours because my dad said it was really expensive. So
Okay, no thanks. Next.
yeah,
Next course.
Don't do culinary. You cook at home. So yeah, I think that's one of the most difficult decisions that I had to make in my life, my degree, and I would say that I made the right choice. I don't think I'm regretting it. No, I'm not regretting it. I made the right choice.
Of course,
I
you're
made
not
the right
regretting
choice.
it. You're not regretting it,
So-
of course.
Yes.
As long you do stuff that you like or you love or you're passionate with it, I think you can continue with that.
Yes.
I mean, that's a very important for students nowadays that we actually talk about the first episode. If you guys want to hear that, what tips you want to go for the first episode, and then you skip all the way to the end, then you listen about it. But okay, so for me, I think I'm the same thing, where from secondary, right? So secondary, as Shaun said, as I say just now, I'm studying account.
Counts.
So back then, I think the whole thing is where I share the same thing, where is in the first episode. The first when it comes to Form 4 and Form 5, I'm actually found my passion, which is video production, where I got to participate a competition called what's the competition again, Hassan?
My neighborhood project.
Neighborhood project. So that time, a secondary school, where they announced this competition, then they said, hey, for those who want to shoot videos, you can join this competition, then you can win something. Then back then, we don't have back then we didn't think much lah. Then we just like, we grab few of our friends and then say, hey, why not we go this direction, and then we try something new. Then say, hey, go lah, we try. We never try, never know one. So back then when we participate and then we shoot the whole thing, we edited the whole thing, and then at the end we didn't win anything, but at the end it still comes back to the experience where I really enjoy. I really like to hold the camera. I really like to be behind the camera. To be honest, I don't like to be in front of the camera, but no choice, I have to act. So we do, and then after the whole experience, we'll be like, hey, maybe this is my passion, this is my way. And then skip onto Form 5. During Form 5, right, to be honest, sorry, pa. I didn't do, to be honest, I didn't do well in Form 4 and Form 5 because I already know where I'm going to. So right after SPM, I get my results. It's a good result for me personally. And then, okay, so during so it's obviously sometimes your relatives or your friends asking you, hey, since you are studying account, are you going to study accounting, or you are going to study business? Are you going to study that field? And then that time I have I have the same as you, which is I have a little bit of conflict where I don't like accounts. I don't like accounts. I'm also sorry, I don't like MX. That's why I have that reaction just now. But it's your own choice. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. So after SPM, I was thinking to myself, since I like video production, why not I should go and continue that way lah, that path. And then it's time to choose your course. So that time accountant business course, sorry lah, no thanks. Science is a no thanks also. Next, which is the next thing, which is culinary actually. Culinary and multimedia design. So that time, before multimedia design, it's actually design and culinary. So that back then I was thinking like, should I go for culinary or should I go for design? Because back then I'm also interested on culinary, and then I also cook. I would say cook quite a lot in home. So I genuinely like to cook also. So back then when I'm trying to choose my course, I was kind of nervous when I trying to tell my parents, hey, Pa, Ma, I actually wanted to do design. Then I'm very surprisingly they actually support um what I'm going for. They say, son, don't worry, just do what you like to do. Just go ahead what you like to do. And then that point in time, I'm very touched. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for that my parents actually do what I want to do. And then so it's obviously that I didn't take culinary. I take design. So design, there's a lot of like graphic design, multimedia design, fashion design, interior design. So from there I get to choose multimedia design, because multimedia design, there you have a lot of stuff to choose. So for example, you have 2D animation, 3D animation, video production, so what? My goodness, a bit of graphic design, just a bit, and then you are able to learn a lot of stuff lah. So back then, my college counselor also thought that, like, if you choose this path, you actually got to choose a lot of you can choose a lot of stuff. So you don't have in diploma, you don't have a focus course. So I eventually went to multimedia production. Multimedia design, and then from there I tried to specialize in video production. And then this way I just graduated, and then this is where I'm today, where I get to do podcasts, I get to do a bit of editing, video production. I do freelance job. So this is where am I today. My goodness. It was, I wouldn't say it's a very transition year. Some of my friends, if you do know Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence, yeah.
I don't know, should I share about it? But anyways, Terrence eventually went to diploma in performing arts, where he get to touch camera. He's actually going to the filming industry, film production, basically doing films, all those kind of stuff. He want to be a director. He want to be a film director. So after the whole course, 2 years and a half, if I'm not mistaken, he eventually thought that maybe film directing is not my stuff. It's not my thing anymore. Maybe that's my part-time job, or maybe that's my freelance job. Then till today, I'm actually forgotten what he told already. But long story short, he actually didn't pursue film industry anymore.
I see.
Yeah. So for him, I would say, basically, if you are not sure on what you're doing, or maybe halfway that maybe it's not your thing, then, to be honest, from my perspective, I would say it's a waste of time, because you have been almost halfway, and then maybe you are at end of the course, then you are like, maybe this is not my thing. Then you are end already. Then for me, personally, would think that it's a waste of time. Then maybe I would say that before even you are entering the course, you should think twice or think 3 times away that maybe this is my thing, maybe this is not my thing. So as Shaun, maybe he think twice. Maybe you think twice before you went into communication. Then what course you are taking now?
Mass communication.
Mass communication. So for Shaun, just now, as he said that he took many months to think, like, should I go for this course or this course? And then at the end, he think what he can pursue, or he can do what he want to do. So the same question back to all students out there. If you think that maybe this is not a thing, maybe you can think twice, or maybe think 3 times ahead, that maybe I should try another thing, or maybe I should go another thing. Or maybe you can go, as I thought in the first episode, where maybe you can go for foundation, because foundation is a totally baseline and you can learn a lot from there. So I think that's about it for my part. Do you want to add on?
Definitely. I think what's the most important factor when it comes to pursuing something, whether it's your degree or your first job, or whatever you want to learn. I think when you talked about our friend story just now, right? The fact that he switched paths, and I'm sure that he is definitely not the only one that has experienced something like this. I'm sure that many of you who are listening, maybe you're one of maybe you're a victim of some who is experiencing something like this. I don't want to say the word victim. Victim is a very strong word. If you are experiencing something like this, the most important thing is don't feel bad about yourself, because it's a normal process. Okay, it's a process. Life is a learning curve anyway. Right? It's a roller coaster. So we break bones and we heal. So, and the most important thing is, before you sign up for anything in life, make sure that it's something that you are happy to devote your time and energy to. So you have to take it as if you are going into it full force. So if you are signing up for a degree, or you're signing up for a job, or whether it's anything else in life in general, before signing up for something, really consider the fact that, do I have the motivation to really sacrifice my time and energy into this? Because if I want to do this, I'm going to do it full force, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make it. I'm going to push everything I have and be the best version that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if let's say if you're one of those people who switch paths, don't be ashamed about it, because hey, it's experience. At least you can say that, hey, I've tried something, I've tried this before, and I know it's not for me.
Yes.
I know it's not for me, and I would rather our friend, I would rather him switch paths right now than switch past 10 years later.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's less damaging.
Yes.
In fact, if he switches now, I don't think it's damaging at all. I think it's something he learns a little bit of this, and he now knows that his body and mind is not made for that. So, and I'm very happy that he's doing something that he actually likes right now. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes. So if you're one of those people, don't be ashamed about it. Try to take some time to relax yourself and think, what's my next point? What's my next chapter? You have to be ready to close this chapter and open a new chapter. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, same as me. I stopped YouTube for a while, and then I started a podcast.
Yeah. See?
Which is, for me, basically, if you never try, you really never know. Because this kind of stuff where it's all about, personally, I would say it's all about experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go, for example, if you think this path is not your stuff, then you can try other stuff. It's the same quote. Never try, never know.
Absolutely.
So you have to try.
Never try, never know.
Yeah, never try, never know. So yeah. Okay, so for the next topic we are going to talk about is how YouTube changed over the past few years. For me personally, I think content wise, is how should I put this properly? Hold on. Okay, so let's bring it down. Let's put it down for local first. Local first, Malaysia. Alright, so for local content creators out there, first thing, the video production quality is going up.
I mean, no doubt. If you talk about production quality, the years,
production value also.
Value, quality, I think overall quality wise, it will definitely shoot up, unless they are damn lazy lah. Okay, but I mean, all the channels that we mentioned just now, they're all very reputable and they're very well known. So they are masters in their craft already. So and we're still learning, and quality wise, it's something that grows exponentially. It will rise as long as you put in the effort. But I would say locally, definitely quality. A lot of creators who have done amateur skits in the past, when we were in our primary days, we always laugh at their skits, right? Their comedy, their stupid stuff. We still enjoy it. And those creators who made those type of content back in the day, today they're making what? Movies, short films, web series.
Yes.
So it's kind of a big growth. And that is, okay, that's my perspective locally.
Yes.
What's your perspective locally?
I think it's almost the same as Shaun. Basically, the production value, my goodness, is just the transition for that few years.
Yeah.
It's actually bring up to another level where it's more cinematic. The production value is more, I would say, is another level where even just the creators itself, the content is actually very different. Like for example, the past few years, which is short skits where make people laugh, stuff like that, and then they are getting more serious, getting more more values. There are more meaning behind those kind of short films or even videos. Just take example for JTV, Juniper TV. He is one of the OG also.
Yep.
And then if you are familiar with his podcast, he also shared before that back then he's not a video production guy.
He's a radio DJ.
He's a radio DJ also. Jean, shout out. So he's a radio DJ and then he do part-time in YouTube video production, and then he started slowly and then he quit, and then he put fully focus on video production. He's in his channel. So yeah, and from back then, if you are still familiar with the Gangnam Style, KL Style,
the parody, yes.
The parody. Ruben is still there. No, Ruben actually quit JTV.
Yeah,
so
he left already.
he
He started a new production team called, I think, Imaginus Film, which is actually doing quite well actually.
Oh, very well. Very well. And then Ruben also back then from short skits to slowly progressing till today is making a better content for, I think, Malaysia content. Malaysia, I would say, is getting better and better.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what you said, and yeah, I'm gonna bring back what I said just now. Life is all about chapters. It's about closing one chapter and starting another one. And this brings us back to YouTube, where actually not only YouTube, no matter what you do, if you're doing the same thing that you did 6 years ago or 5 years ago, you won't be successful. So you have to be able to adapt to change. I think that's the most important thing when you're in the creative industry. You have to be able to change and learn something new, improve yourself, and learn what your audience wants to see as well. Because I think a lot of small creators, including myself, when we just start, we tend to not realize that our audience is in the same page as us. So we tend to not put our focus in our audience. So I think if you want to be successful, you really need to engage with your audience. Maybe ask them, hey, what do you want to see? Is this good? Maybe get some feedback, and that will definitely help you learn, because basically it's free feedback. So if you're not using that resource, I think you're really missing out over there. And I really think that internationally, actually, I'm not going to say internationally, I think just YouTube in general. We talk about production values and production quality.
Yes.
That's definitely increasing over the years, right? I think another thing that YouTube has changed is its environment and its work values. I think back in the day when we were in primary school, right? Back then, Smosh was pretty popular. Smosh. All the OG classics that we've always watched, right?
Yes.
I think back then, 2012, 2013, I think YouTube in Malaysia is being viewed differently.
Yes.
It's kind of like doing it for fun. It's like if you start YouTube in 2012, 2013, your parents or your friends will think that you're doing it for fun, or just play around and see, just
see if it works.
Yeah, and a lot of people will say, you're just doing it because you want to follow the international creator, okay, which is true also. Okay, it's true. Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie, it's true, okay, we're guilty for that. But right now, if you're starting a YouTube channel right now, especially if you're in university or college and you're starting a YouTube channel, I think you're really it's kind of like a serious job already. And I think in Malaysia especially, tons have evolved already, and including parents also. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that YouTube is legit, and it's actually not making just making videos. YouTube is not just making videos, guys. It's actually a business.
Yes.
So in order to be successful, you cannot just have the mindset that, oh, I make videos, I get money.
No, this is a very wrong.
This is a wrong mindset, because if you don't get the money if I don't see my bank account, the numbers in my bank account rising, you will quit already.
True.
So if that's your main focus and that's your main drive in the game, I think you will get demotivated very easily because you don't see the numbers rising. So I think you really need to think of it as you are opening a business. Because if you are starting a business, if I want to start a restaurant or a cafe, a new business, I don't expect customers to, go through my doors daily, 100 customers a day. I don't expect that. So if I take that into account, I will get demotivated very easily. So I think the same business mindset has to be adapted to opening a YouTube channel. If you have a mindset that, okay, this is my business plan, this is my strategy, what kind of content what's my niche audience, what am I going to do? If you really start to get these into consideration and start to draft a little plan over there, then okay, I have a little structure over here, and things start to have a better flow.
Yes.
And I think one thing, okay, that's another thing that has changed over the years. And another thing is, I think back in the days, it's a lot easier to get viral.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody can just do a dance and it can get viral. Like the Harlem Shake was a dance, right?
I'm not so familiar about it.
The Harlem Shake, okay.
Harlem Shake, okay.
Harlem Shake,
Harlem
yeah.
Shake, yes.
The producer over there is not familiar. So Harlem Shake, actually I don't really get that. Gangnam Style was pre-PSY. It's a lot easier to get viral back in the day because obviously there's fewer videos and the whole environment, the whole structure of YouTube is different. Right now, back in the day, you can get viral with zero budget.
Yes.
And you don't need a legit camera. You don't need money, basically, is what I'm saying. You can be a 5-year-old and you can get viral. Right now, you can still do that, but you really need to have like a strategy in mind. Like you need to think of keywords. You need to think of what's trending. Okay. Yes. And what are the types of videos that were viral back in the day? Like the Harlem Shake. What else can you think of?
I don't know. Gangnam Style. Generally
dances, ice bucket challenge.
Challenges.
Most of the viral videos are kind of like stupid memes, right? Yeah.
True.
So those are the type of videos that were viral back in the day. Yeah. Right now, what are the videos that get viral? I spent 1 million on my friends.
Oh my god, Andrew! I hate those kind of content. I'm sorry, but I
gave my 1 million subscriber a car, a brand new Tesla. Yeah, these are the type of videos that get viral, right? It's true, right?
It's true.
If you really think about it, it's really different. So now, if you really want to get viral, it's kind of like you really need to think on how you're gonna do it, and if you don't do it right, and it's kind of like you really need to sacrifice your time and energy. Yes. And really structure your video, your description, your keyword. You really need to do a lot of research. Yes. In order for a video to get viral. So that's also something that has changed.
Yeah. So personally wise, I'm just gonna say out there, I hate this kind of content. My goodness, it's not okay for creators out there. You don't make this kind of content, please don't. I really get triggered when people.
I think in Malaysia, there's
no way.
So far, I don't think anyone's doing this in Malaysia.
No one.
Okay.
Legit, please don't be the first one. I tell you.
I think. Yeah, it's mainly international creators.
International.
Right? If you are really doing something good, like maybe something like doing a giveaway or something like that, or doing charity work, or maybe like what Mr. Beast did. He planted trees, right?
Yes.
What was that? Team trees.
Team trees.
He partnered with Mark Rober. Okay, I support that.
Okay, that one I support.
Yeah, I support that. I props to you guys.
Props to you.
I wish I could be a part of it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I really wanted it.
Yeah, that's something that it changes the world, and I think that is one of the best things that happened on YouTube. I think last year or 2018.
Yeah, I think.
But if it's something like what Jake Paul does, okay. I'm sorry if you have any Jake Paul fans over here. I don't think you do that. But
I'm not so sure. I don't.
do you like the content that he's making?
I'm sorry, I don't recognize him at all.
Oh, really?
I don't know him.
Do you
at
know
all.
Jake Paul?
I know his name because of Logan Paul, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I don't really see their content at all.
No problem. Actually, it's good that you don't watch his content. So, I really hate those type of content. Like, I value content that has value.
True.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Whether it's entertainment, if it's comedy, it has value. Comedy is considered value because it's entertainment. If you're sharing like what you're doing, a podcast sharing ideas, that's value. If you are, teaching something, teaching a recipe, teaching, how to do something, how to do this, how to do that, educational content, that's value. If you're making short films, that's value. These type of content, if it's fun and entertainment, that's value. I'm all for that. But if it's something that if it's a 45-minute video of you just bragging about how much money you have, then that's not value. I think that's just a personal opinion. Agree to disagree.
I mean, I'm agree, man. I don't like this kind of content where just for, as you say, 45 minutes, what brag? How much you make? What's the content about?
I don't know, man. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like those type of people who like,
spend more to get more views and then get more.
This money. Is my mansion tour. Like,
oh my goodness. I'm sorry for those who are a fan of Jake Paul or Logan Paul. I'm sorry. To be honest, I think we are both in the same page where I think that's not. I don't put that as category as content. I think that's a waste of money or a waste of time.
I think Logan Paul is better than Jake Paul by a wide margin. Logan Paul has characters that I do respect, but Jake Paul, sorry.
I don't even watch Jake Paul's content. I also don't care about him. But Logan Paul, I understand.
Yeah.
Sometimes he do good for it, but sometimes it's a personal thing.
Yeah, so, it's definitely a personal thing. So
personal voice.
Yeah.
It's just that I think that I'm sorry, it's a waste of money and a waste of time to, like what you said just now. 45 minutes just like how to talk about how much you make. I mean, that's not value at all.
Yeah.
I mean that's how you think about how things changes because of content wise. Is it because it's how getting viral I think is another point, but to get the content out there to share the content what you wanted to do is another thing, because I think personally in YouTube this kind of platform is, I think it's free and people can do whatever they want. It's your choice. Definitely. I'm not going to judge about it.
Yep.
But sometimes content is much more important than how should I say? Content is hold on. Content is over than quantity on what you're doing.
Yes.
Is it true?
I think I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say quality over quantity, right?
Yes.
Yeah, quality over quantity. That's very true, because I think what small creators like us, and for those of you who are watching who are small creators, I'm sure that you can relate to this, that I really agree with what you said just now when you said quality over quantity, because if you are a small creator who is watching this, like the both of us, I think one thing that we struggle that may be something that demotivates some of us is we don't get enough views, we don't get enough likes, we don't get enough comments, but I think what's more important is, in order to survive, I think the best channels, the successful channels out there are the ones that value quality over quantity. So they upload good content that people will watch, rather than uploading every day and it's just random things that don't make sense. And I think other than quantity, what's more important than quality is, I think, your consistency.
Yes.
So don't just upload one video today and go on a hiatus for 6 months, and then you come back again with another random video and say, hey guys, welcome back, and then you take another break for a year, and then you upload another one and then say, hey guys, thanks, So I think inconsistency and not knowing your audience, not understanding your audience, not understanding where your niche is in the market, is what makes people fail on YouTube.
Yes.
And just don't take my word for it blindly, because we're still small creators.
Yes, very small.
We're not like some YouTube gods, So we're in the same page as all of you.
Yes.
So this is just something that I can, I've realized over the years as a small creator. Yeah.
So I think back to I think let's make a short summary lah. So I would say basically just do what you want to do and then just post something out there.
Do what you want to
Do what you want to do. Don't because of YouTube money then you go trend.
Yeah.
Don't go trending. Please don't.
Do not focus on the money. Please. Focus on what you believe in. Focus on what you love doing. If you really love doing this, if you really love doing something, you wouldn't be focusing on the money in the first place.
True.
Yeah.
True enough.
Yes.
True enough. All right, and then I think that's it for how YouTube changed over the past few years. I think so I think that's the end of this podcast. So Shaun, any last words you want to tell for the audience?
Last words. Okay. Last words.
It's not a last word, but
if you're watching right now, like as Dory from Finding Nemo said, just keep swimming.
Right.
2021 is coming.
yes.
So survive, don't die lah. Okay, just don't die lah. Okay.
No, don't. Seriously, don't just don't die, please.
But seriously, take care of yourself. Okay, take care of yourself. That's what we're trying to say. Don't just simply go out and without any reason, and don't go clubbing. Stay at home. Be a good boy.
Stay at home. And then stay clean, stay hydrated.
Stay clean, stay hydrated. That's what turns us on. Yes. If you stay clean and you stay hydrated, you're a good boy.
You're a good human being, basically. Alright, so where to follow you, Shaun? Where to subscribe? Where to follow you?
Okay.
How to keep in touch with you?
First of all, if you're watching this, if you're not subscribed to Jet's YouTube channel yet, make sure you subscribe. Okay. Otherwise, you're not allowed to subscribe to my channel. Okay. And if you haven't, then you go follow.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so subscribe to Jet's channel first. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
And if somehow you want to know more about my content and what I do, I have a YouTube channel called Shaun Yoong, which is just my name. Okay, just my name. I think Jet will link it in the description.
Yeah, sure.
If
Why
he
not?
wants to.
Of course, I would. Of course.
And of course, Instagram. I do make some stuff on Instagram, but that's basically just where I give updates, connect with my viewers, and post stuff about my life. So I'm more active on Instagram and Twitter, not really on Facebook, but I'm working on that. So yeah, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Those are the three main platforms that I'm on.
All right, those are the link and the description down below. And then once again, thanks for coming, Shaun. Thanks for having the time to talk about sharing your life experiences and how YouTube changed over the past few years. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be in the third episode, right?
Yeah,
third episode of the Corner Podcast.
Yes.
I'm really honored, and wish you all the best for this podcast.
Thank you.
To all of you who are watching, happy early New Year, and hope your 2021's New Year, your first week of 2021 goes smoothly.
All right. So once again, if you are listening on, hold on. Oh, I've forgotten my outro. Never mind.
Spotify?
Okay. So you can. So basically, you can stream us on Spotify. You can listen us on YouTube, and you can watch us and see our reaction, how it goes. You can see our faces on YouTube, and also our hosting, which is on Anchor. You can also listen on Anchor. You can listen on Spotify. You want to listen on YouTube, you can listen as a background. It's fine. Up to you, whatever you want to do. So you also can follow us on Instagram at thecorner.podcast and go follow if you want. And then we will see you on the next episode. Bye. Peace out, man.
Bye, guys.
Stay safe, stay clean, huh? Good boy, be a good boy. Bye.